The Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Toronto Raptors 132-129 in a possible Eastern Conference Finals showdown. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA here to talk about the Raptors and the Cavaliers, more specifically, in which LeBron James once again was unbelievable. I have no words to describe him, so I'll just use the phrase that Shannon Sharp always uses. He was in his bag tonight. And by tonight, I should have said last night. But by the time you're watching this, whenever this game was for you guys, LeBron James was absolutely unbelievable. I think first player in NBA history with at least 35 points, at least 15 assists. He had 17, but it's even at least 15 assists and 0 turnovers. First player in NBA history to have that, so he was absolutely unbelievable. At this point, I'm not surprised. It's LeBron James, folks, okay? He's one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT, arguably, okay? So with that being said, let's talk about the question here of, is Cleveland still the team to beat? Is it time to say that the Cavs are again going to the finals? Because they've had a tumultuous season, folks. They have had a very up and down, inconsistent season. Arguably one of the most, I would say, hectic, if you will, seasons in LeBron James's career recently, okay? So definitely has been a lot of ups and downs for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Some good news and some bad news for them, but let's get into all of that. And let's talk about the Toronto Raptors and how far they could go in the playoffs as well. So with that being said, let's get started. So I'm going to start with the Cavs real quick. Kevin Love came back today. It was nice to see him put up a monster double-double, 23 and 12. That is exactly what you need from Kevin Love. He hit the biggest three of the game to basically seal this one for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And boy, was he a welcome sight for Cavaliers fans, because my God, this is what it feels like to have an all-star alongside LeBron James. I mean, this is the longest time I felt like I was watching LeBron without an all-star by his side, without at least a D-Wade, a Bosh, a Kyrie, and at least a Kevin Love, okay? He was playing with, okay, role players. I'm not saying these guys are scrubs, but no all-star, okay? And Kevin Love is an all-star player, and you saw the difference with him in the lineup now. Of course, still a lot of injuries for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Larry Nance is still out. Rodney Hood is still out. Kyle Korver, he's going through some personal issues. My thoughts and prayers go out to him, actually. His brother did pass away. So thoughts and prayers out to Kyle Korver. I hope he is okay in this hard time for him and his family, but he is away from the team as well. So there's definitely been a lot of injuries. Sadie Usman is out as well. A lot of injuries has been hitting the Cleveland Cavaliers, and LeBron James has basically kept them afloat, okay? When I look at this roster up and down, and folks, I have not looked at the standings all season long because I never cared where the Cavaliers were in terms of the standings, okay? I just wanted them to get into the playoffs. Now, obviously, if they were like an 8 seed, there would be reason to worry, but they're still in the number 3 spot, okay? So I did peek at them after the game today. But in terms of the roster and looking up and down, like I said, when everybody's healthy now, believe it or not, this Cavaliers team, since the trade has happened, they have not played one game in which everybody on the roster is healthy. And I'm talking about, you have a starting 5 of a George Hill, or possibly a Rodney Hood or J.R. Smith, LeBron James, Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, I forgot, he's also out as well. And then a bench of Jordan Clarkson, Kyle Korver, Sadie Usman. You got guys like Larry Nance. And like I said, so the entire roster has not been healthy, okay? So that is going to be a completely different team. The rotations still need to be figured out. We still need to see how they will all mesh together. But in LeBron James, I believe, and so I think they will be okay. Look, I never wavered off of the Cavaliers getting out of the East again. To me, the Eastern Conference is the LeBron James Invitational. There's no other way to put it. As long as you got LeBron on your roster, you're coming out of the East. But with that being said, other than an injury, so let's say these players stay injured. If Cleveland Cavaliers have a significant injury to one of their guys, okay, so like Kevin Love goes down again, or they have 3 or 4 guys out with injury, then yeah, absolutely I can see this Cavaliers team losing early in the playoffs, which brings me now to the Toronto Raptors. So this is just a one game, so I'm not going to react or overreact from one game. The Raptors have been legit all season long, and there is something different about this Raptors team. Their bench depth is ridiculous. Coach Dwayne Casey loves playing these guys even more than the starters, sometimes it feels like. Fred VanVleet has been a welcome sight for this team. I mean, he's been unbelievable. What a story for this guy. I think he was in the G League and just came out of nowhere, and he's become one of the best bench players in the NBA. You got other guys like DeLon Wright, Pascal Siakam, Jaka Pirtle. All of these guys on the bench, everybody on the bench can contribute, and this is why the Raptors are one of the best benches in the league. I feel like this is the main difference with this Raptors team. It's not just Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. It's a lot of these other guys that can also contribute. Now today, of course, you got next to nothing from Serge Ibaka. DeMar DeRozan didn't have the greatest night. Valanciunas was okay. So really, you didn't get your A game from your A players. But with that being said, the bench did play well. And obviously, you saw it was such a close game. And that is going to be the difference with the Toronto Raptors. So if I had to say, in terms of the East right now, the pecking order, if everybody is healthy, I'm still taking the Cavs just because of LeBron James. But at the same time, I said everybody has to be healthy. But LeBron James is by far away the best player in the East for sure, if not in the NBA. He is the best player in the NBA, but I'm talking about in the Eastern Conference. Like, you can make it the argument that Russell Westbrook, James Harden, guys like that, but they're in the West. In the East, it's not even close. It's LeBron James, by far and away the best player, right? And then you take into account Boston, you take into account Toronto. I'm going to have to say Cleveland, everyone's fully healthy. Then I'm going Toronto. Then I'm going Boston, okay? I still think Boston's a year away. They've also had their injury issues of their own. And I'm starting to feel like we won't get to see everybody healthy. The injury gods usually decide who gets to win the championship. So let's see what happens. But overall, folks, I've never wavered off of the Cavaliers. I think they are the team to beat in the Eastern Conference. And like I said, hopefully they get healthy. But the only thing that can stop them is if they have more injuries or their injuries continue. But I am buying the Toronto Raptors. I think they can get to the Eastern Conference Finals. And this, I do think, will be the Eastern Conference Finals showdown, okay? So with that being said, let me know what you guys think. If you guys are here, just leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Make sure to follow me on my social media. As always, make sure to subscribe. And thanks for watching.